Child labor. That is a 2-to-1 mix ratio by volume, just so you guys know too. So that's 2 part A already in the 1 gallon bucket, and that's a 1 quart of B. So it turns into a 3 quart mix total, so combined in that 1 gallon pail. So if you're gonna break it down in half, make sure that you are really, you'll actually have 1 quart of A and half a quart of B. So, yes sir.
So with these guys, they're all hip and everything. Is this like the preferred ones that you use all the time? Like
I do, but yeah, any good vacuum is good now. And there's a lot of good competition. When I bought these, I think Festool has really just owned it and was the best around. And now a lot of companies have came out with pretty good dust control systems.
He does it
Oh, really? Yeah, I do love their drywall sanding head the best. Their drywall tool, and I'll explain the way you kind of need that DA action when you're deglossing or honing, like it sands, like these drywall heads just turn. So if you were trying to like get a polished finish, you have to have oscillation in that head too. And the Hilti is the only head I know of that on a drywall sized head oscillates really nicely. So you can actually like hone out and polish things, and you can go to like the abrasives warehouse. You can get sanding discs all the way up to 5,000 grit, which is awesome. And so you could like do amazing stuff with them. Yeah, so I do think if you're gonna put money into a big sander before Festool, I would buy the Hilti, but I would plug that Hilti right into my Festool vac probably. Okay. I do think the Festool self-cleaning filter like is a pretty damn good system. Yeah, but I had a guy tell me the other day that he had a really good Porter cable, and I haven't tried it, but I mean, if you can get instead of $600 or $800, if you got 2 for $4, I'd rather do that.
It's the people ones are always something that you want to really spend the money on.
Right.
Especially like grinding concrete.
Sometimes we get stuck places too where we will be in like a city where I know I'm getting watched, and that's when I want to know I have a HIPAA filter. Yeah, I've had people threaten to call. I've had the EPA called on me. I've had agencies I didn't know you could fucking call. They'll smell acetone, and you'll be like, I've had people show up and I was like, who the fuck are you even? Like, can you really, if we throw you off this balcony, can you do anything about it?
Can you really do anything?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, and some of them, like you get up in Montana, so like Bozeman, I have a buddy saying that they'll come by and if they find like a scratch on your extension cord, they'll shut your job site down, fine you $10,000, stuff like that. Like if you have a ladder with like too much paint on it on a marking, they'll shut your job site down, fine you 10 grand. So.
In Durango, we got a lot of regulation cowboys.
Right.
Even city inspectors will be like, oh, you can't be doing it. Like, really?
Just trying to find anything,
yeah. Stuff.
Here during the crash, when all the city workers were struggling, which was sad to see them struggling to keep their jobs, but they started instead just making you get permits for everything. Like if you breathe, you need a permit all of a sudden, and it's like, well, you need to justify your job.
Yeah. So let me do epoxy countertops last before you have to polish.
Epoxy countertops last. Let me just say, if you're a bunch of heavy people and you're doing like your Pornhub thing on the countertops and cooking like 9 meals a day, you're probably going to want to polish those things like once every month or so. But if you're the average family man that just cooks a good old breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 3 times a day, and it's normal use and wear, you could probably get away with about a year or 2, 3 before ever needing to polish it. And if you polish it, it's going to look way better than new. So follow us on Thursday and we'll show you polishing. It's super fun and badass and very easy. So it actually even surface hardens it more. So you get a better countertop after it's polished.
Son de 3 minutos a 5 minutos de vista. No hay que checar la temperatura. De 3 minutos y medio a 5.
That is looking good. Let me grab a small putty knife. Whoop. Not that one either. Come on, Levy. There, found them. So patient.
Are You're polishing the shower you're doing now, right?
Yeah, sometimes, and I don't know that I'll be able to do this, but I'll try. Sometimes I'll be able to do a little better. Sometimes it'll clean it pretty well coming out of there. All right. Oh, and I'm doing what? Sorry, I just said yes. I say yes to everything when I'm not.
You're polishing your daughter's shower, right?
I am. I'm gonna polish that, and that's gonna be.
So that's being filmed.
Yep, I have filmed a lot of that. Come on, Levy. This is supposed to look really easy. Man, that's a pretty rattly wall in there. What is a little Ann? Is little Ann or whoever hidden the wall in there or something? That sounds like a whole house in there. Okay, we'll do it a little old school way. I was trying to keep my hands clean, but. I'm only gonna start this and then I'm gonna let y'all take over. If you notice, I wanna work really close to my wall because I don't wanna drip out here. If I did drip some, I want it to be right at my floor. And normally, if this wasn't my office, TikTok, this is the office. So if we drip here, this isn't a customer's house. And these aren't all a super lazy crew. It's not all just lazy people standing around. We're not city workers. They're just here as class students. There, now that I addressed all the standard accusations. Does it really take 20 people to do a wall? Yes. They all need to be in the shower at the same time. Now, we still have all the same rules, guys. We don't want it in this pail any additional time because we still, that exotherm is going to take place when it's in mass much faster. Now, even if you leave huge blobs on this wall, that blob is going to be large enough to exotherm, if that makes sense too, a little faster. So I'm pretty thoughtful anytime I have a lot of epoxy stacked that I start flattening it out, working it into the wall, because I just want work time out of this. There's no reason that I want this to be fast. No.
Morning with Levi, so I get my cake and get to eat it too.
Who says this? Dropping bombs, the biggest motivator of all time. Get your cake. That's a sus comment, but I love it. So. You always get to eat your cake with me. All right, let me grab a real trowel, and I'm gonna give this right.
Big one's over there too.
Yes, I will in a sec. Always try to make sure if you have the trowel, a lot of trowels have what I call like a kind of a belly or a curve. Make sure that the curve is in the center of the trowel into the wall, that you don't have like the ends of the trowel digging like. I think you guys know what I'm saying. Make sure the ends of that trowel aren't kind of digging into the edge, or else you're going to get big, nasty lines in your wall.
If this was a raw drywall wall, what'd you do to prime it?
I probably would just smooth trowel it, fill in all my screws, get it as smooth as I could, just standard with like I would normal drywall, and then I'd come back over it. Like I'd even prime it and everything, because it's just gonna save you money on this. This costs you more money than it would to just go ahead and prime your wall with a regular primer. But I'd use a high-end primer. Paint primer, yeah. Let that dry really well. Notice I only really care about all my edges. Making sure I don't have any large blobs on here.
How long of clay do you have after you mix it?
As long as I get this out and put it out like this on the wall, the faster you get it spread into place, the longer you have to work, but you'll have probably an hour to totally manipulate this, but only if we get it spread kind of quickly. So if you notice, I'm trying to be kind of efficient and not overly focus on one little area anywhere. If somebody wants to grab that ladder, and we'll take all that remainder, put gloves on, take your time, and really just get all that out around there. We'll empty that bucket out. Is it frustrating watching a white kid try to trowel?
A little bit.
A little bit. Let me see here. Anybody know who Eli Lucero is? He's like, was a guy I used to look up to a lot with like Venetian plaster. He teaches classes all over the world, the best Venetian plaster. And he taught a big class after mine. I hope you're watching. Maybe you were a fan secretly. But he had his class take the picture in front of my wall the week after that of epoxy. And I was like, ashamed of what your class did, buddy? I always tried to meet him. He'd never meet with me, never talked to me. I wanted to go to one of his classes, learn from the best. He didn't want to teach me anything. Maybe he thought I was such a lost cause. So we'll grab that float. Oh, bummer.
And this bucket usually does 100 square feet?
Yep. Is it flatter at least?
That's not all.
Same thing as countertop. This is cleaned up with alcohol and all that.
Yes, sir. Here, who's that guy that said it was frustrating to watch me? I got a trowel for you.
I'll take over for him.
We'll see. Work all your corners first. Really just work your corner. Don't work the middle end of the wall. Work your edges into the center. Yeah, always that picture frame it first, so.
Jeanette said hi, friend.
Remember with epoxy, the speed you pull it at has everything to do with how much product you leave or take with you. So if you see that, like I pulled kind of steady but very slow, because I want to bring a lot of that product with me, and you'll really see that getting an even, smooth wall is a little bit of work, but once you get the feel for it, it's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, always nice and cool. Just your minimum mix and get it out. So I'd take that ladder. We'll just get it. The only thing we need to do with that is start cutting in all of our edges. If that's not getting done, then we're not right.
No, I am too thick.
Just 3
All right. Yeah. Oh, we might have another ladder, right? Grab one over in the... Was it in the bathroom? It might be in the back by where the girls work or something. I'll find it.
Ya toda la orilla primero y vayan trabajando hacia el centro. O de los, ya que cortaron sus orillas, del centro a sus orillas, eso les va a ayudar a saber qué tanto de producto tienen para seguir manipulando la pared.
Thank you, Jeanette. We love you. Thank you for watching.
No,
No.
con ese tiene. Sí, con ese tiene. Acuérdense que esto les va a cubrir 120 pies por hora.
Here you go.
The grower.
Maybe I'll spin that around for you. There you go. Yeah. Jeanette, we love you. I hope you're having the best possible day, and we're praying for you. Thank you for being here today.
What products did you use to polish?
Polish? Usually we use wet dry sandpaper. I like to do dry if I can, but wet will definitely extend your paper longer. And I run it usually automotive abrasive pads at 500 is about my most coarse grit. Sometimes if I'm really profiling something, I'll drop down to 320, but I run all the way up to 5 or even 8,000 paper. And then usually I'll always just finish by polishing. And you can step a lot further with paper than you can on a car. So a lot of times on a car, they'll make you go like 500, 800, 1,200. You know, you're very incremental. Whereas with epoxy, a lot of times you could even go from like 500,000, 3,000, 8,000. Or just right to your polishing paste, and you can get a perfect gloss out of it. So,
How long does it take to cure?
overnight, generally, I say like 12 hours. It'll be hard to the touch with most of our products. Our casting is a little softer, but our walls should be hard to the touch overnight as long as it's adequate temperature.
Wall epoxy, never seen or heard of it.
Yeah, it's something we have here at countertopepoxy.com. So we've been doing wall epoxy for a while now. We do it over tile applications on showers and stuff, and you can make a really beautiful finished wall out of something that's pretty nasty. That looks good over there. You did a good job across there, man. Yeah.
Jim said you're praying for us. Why?
Who?
Jim.
Oh, Jim? I pray for all my customers all the time, but there's one in specific on here, Jeanette, that I pray for by name. So, and Jim, if you have anything specific, I'll pray for you as well. Pray for everybody that works for me, people I work for. So I think this is a pretty evil world and we need prayer.
Cuando las paredes te dicen una vía lejana, ¿no? Cuando las paredes te dicen una
Pressure. You kind of smooth it out. Try and both. See which one you like better. Yeah, see the curves out, so use this side on the wall. Oh, use this one. Oh, there you
Oh, dropping bombs, huh? That was me last night, Rocky Mountain Custom Jigs. So now we're not strangers anymore.
Everyone needs prayer every day. I wouldn't ever tell anyone don't pray for me. I'll always accept.
Amen, man. Thank you so much. Sean, you were totally right, man. That's looking good. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, first, before you start smoothing it out, this is a kind of a common flaw I've done myself. It's easy to get caught up into, is you don't have the wall even covered next to you, but you're still trying to work on that final like smooth coat, and which will force you to go right back through there anyway. So always just get coverage, cut in coverage. Then you have plenty of time to work it. If you ever keep trying to cover, that product sitting there is getting harder and harder, and you're gonna really create yourself a struggle or a stress.
Tengan el producto junto, el proceso de curado va a ser más rápido. Entonces tienen que asegurar de cubrir y ya después esparcir primero la pared y ya después trabajan para hacerlo más liso. Ustedes van a tener el tiempo suficiente para poder realizarlo.
Here, you need to get junk out of your trowel at all? You want me to scrape that off?
I have way too much.
Oh, just junk in it. It looked like you were getting debris or something in there that's scraping.
I'm struggling.
Oh, no, you're doing good, man. Yes, sir.
Oh,
It's very different than troweling other stuff, right? Like I troweled a lot of concrete overlays, and I really like troweling like polymer overlays, but it's totally different than epoxy. Yeah, it doesn't compress the same. Wait till we'll start spraying some color too. Make some long passes all the way over because you have a lot of a lot of product in the center here. So start making some long passes over that center and just spreading it out.
Ahorita, por ejemplo, ahorita que tienen ahí se dan cuenta dónde están las líneas. Entonces, otra vez a trabajarlo. Por lo regular, les recomiendo que trabajen de arriba hacia abajo. Agarren el producto de arriba. Dale, esparcelo, no te preocupes.
If you want to use the float, you are welcome to try to use the float. It can be more difficult if you're already struggling with it, but.
Dropping bombs that I think the more smoothing you do, the more the ambient air pulls moisture from the product.
Yeah, there is no moisture in this one, but yeah, that's probably totally true with most products, like especially like plasters and whatnot. Yeah, and it starts drying out and getting tacky.
Sí, ahorita ya se les está poniendo un poquito más dura la pasta, si se dan cuenta. Sí, ya, y eso también es porque tuvieron una parte donde ellos tenían concentrado el producto. Entonces ese producto que estuvo concentrado se aceleró más y ahorita les está costando más trabajo trabajar.
Él lo puso así, lo echó así para que sea más rápido, ¿no? Pero tú lo puedes ir poniendo aquí y ir untando, ¿no?
Tú lo puedes ir untando así, pero te digo, el problema de ese es que cuando tengan el producto en el bote, se va a acelerar el proceso de curado. Entonces lo que tienen que hacer es esparcirlo lo más rápido que puedan para empezar a...
Jeanette, you're so sweet. I hope you're having a good day.
Y no hay nada para...
And if you need anything that we can do for you, I don't know what we can do. I'm making something fun for you if you want me to send you something. But aside from that, let me know if there's anything else we can do for you. Other than prayer.
No, desde el principio estaba.
En esta parte lo que pueden hacer es tirarle un poquito de alcohol.
Thank you, Russ.
O sea, a eso me refiero que para que se
Pero
regule.
ya lo tienes regado.
Ya lo tienes regado, claro.
Sí, para quitar esas líneas de la llana.
Just make me laugh, she said.
Corra un poquito más.
Ah, the one big drag line. It's going to be a decoration in this wall. Let me scrape that off. My arm, I have a torn rotator cuff. I broke my shoulder, so kind of just and I've been riding every single night for like 100 days almost, so maybe if I took a break, but my kiddos like to ride, so I ride every day. You pile of shit. Ah.
What color is that?
What is this? What color is this, Michael? Evergreen, yes. Wow, that is debris from me not cleaning this wall enough. If you guys see, like how I did clean this wall, and look at all the crap still in it that we're still troweling out. I don't know if we caught it up from digging into our edges or what we did, but somehow there's still a ton of trash in this wall. Yeah, and look how uneven we troweled that center. I mean, not to be a-hole, but like, we gotta trowel our walls out a little smoother than we're doing here. Now you could do all this with just like a 6-inch knife if you wanted to, and you could get this much smoother. So there's just too much trash in this damn wall. Let me see this. Let me see. Just that. All right. Now I'm going to leave this left side toe of my trowel a little bit light. I can tell we didn't sand over these boxes, so this is what's happening. This did not get sanded around, so every time we go over this, it's chattering and breaking off junk. So that is, I should have been watching that a little better. That's my fault. But yeah.
Por eso es que está sacando esas marcas. Es producto que se quedó, se está contaminando con basura. Sí, las que digas en... Entonces, asegúrense también de que preparados, lo que les digo, otra vez preparar sus cosas para acomodar.
Okay, now we'll finish this pretty quickly, pretty nicely too. We'll make this wall look good. Notice I know there's junk in there, so I'm laying my trowel a bit flatter to try to just leave it. I don't want to be dragging every piece of junk out of this wall. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, every one of these boxes is dragging junk off of it. Thanks, Adam. Let's check. Everybody check Adam's profile picture. Let's see all his awesome work. Everybody go comment on Adam's profile and thank him for all his amazing work. I'm sure he has lots of cool stuff to share. Although I'm about to... That is quite possibly the most trash I've ever seen in a wall, though, so I think something... I've never seen this much stuff that I've ever troweled in. But for your first times, I think we can get it fixed.
Why epoxy?
This is more to go over like a wet area, shower, stuff like that. A wall where you need something quite a bit more durable than just paint.
So will alcohol buy you more work time on this, like the countertop?
Not a lot, no. But we'll add our color like that.
Sure.
And we'll even get it a little smoother like that. Yes, okay, here I found something. See this edge here? Remember how I said when you sand it, really work your edges and your corners? This is just chunks and crust all the way down here. You trowel across something like that you forget to sand one time, and you're gonna have your whole wall like that, so. Details, details.
Pero volvemos a lo que les decía yo, prueba y error. Ahorita ya vieron qué problemas se presentan para que ustedes cuando lo hagan, no lo hagan. ¿Se me entienden? Preparen bien sus partes, preparen bien.
So the heat resistance on this similar to countertop?
So what's that? I don't know that we've ever actually tested the temperature resistance on this because I've never been in an application where it would matter, but we have had this around fireplaces and stuff, so.
Y le está costando ya. Cuando ahorita te empieza a dar una sensación, te vas a dar cuenta que me va a pagar el preparar.
Is Florida getting to be a worse hurricane or a gentler hurricane? Like, what's anybody know that? Did it get worse? I remember they were saying it would get better, but yeah, another freaking hurricane. Dang it. Sure, our government's doing everything they can do to make that worse.
Yeah, so it's a category 5, naming words.
Well, God bless everybody in Florida.
No. Acuérdense, algo que yo les digo yo, siempre les he dicho, ¿cuánto vas a cobrar por tu trabajo? Como tú dices, ¿sabes qué? Voy a cobrar, eso no decir, 2,000, vamos a decir, pero siempre asegúrense de que cuando ustedes van a hacer su producto, cobran su producto 2,000 y su mano.
The what's ones? Glee? Oh, we're still just trialing this. We're going to add color too. And if we want it perfect, we'll polish it. But good question on that.
What's your ETA of being able to sand that?
Overnight easily if you have a little heater in your room, but you definitely, temperature is everything on your cure. Yeah. Everybody wants to know cure times, but nobody ever asks temperature times, and that's why I try to hammer like temperatures to people in this class, because temperatures affect your cure time so much. So you want a fast cure time, get that temperature in the room. So
What's ideal temperature for curing?
I'll cook it. I'll throw a little heater and turn it all the way up every time in my showers, like 95 degrees, 100 degrees, totally good. The harder it is, the more just bake. That's barely showing up at all. It'll show up more if we trowel it, but I better get more color than that on this wall for fun. There's our charcoal. That'll be it. Yeah, that's quite a bit of color on there. No, you don't need to let it flash. This is all just a nice slow chemical cure on epoxy. Yeah, if you want this really smooth, we would. I can get it quite a bit smoother than this just by working it, but if you want it perfect, we'll sand and polish it. So. Try to have it a little bit random on here. Any other colors we want to see? Was that? Oh, this is.
y se evapora el asegúrense de que siempre sea por un 99% eso que fuera.
Es una nebulosa.
Ahora lo vamos a ver.
Yeah, my best trowel is like $7 now, huh? So, not too many people. I have some kind of nice trowels in my trailer, but I'm so afraid of losing them all to this in here forever. It's gonna smooth it a little bit, yes, but only after you already had it pretty smooth. If you put that alcohol on too soon before you smooth it out, you'll just be struggling with it. Do you notice the only thing I did, I went over this whole wall with longer strokes than you guys were doing. Everybody had their little T-Rex strokes and worked their little tiny areas. And as soon as I just went over long passes, the whole wall, it just gets smooth. That's all you guys could do that.
Recuerden que sus pasos de cuando pasan la llanta sea largo. Por eso lo que sé yo trabajo y del centro hacia esparcirse para que tengan cómo manipular a más distancia.
Now I know that I can probably pull my product down the wall over this and overlap this smoother than I could go opposite. My fault. I should have inspected, guys. Look at this. That's absolute shit.
Todos tenemos maneras de manejar diferentes sistemas de trabajo. Yo en mi caso también hay algunos precios que sabes que tienes productos que están totalmente. Pero no, si no está cortado, si no está cortado, le vas a ir a la gente. Así que con el color que hagas tienes otro tipo de línea de color.
Esto es arte.
Esto es arte?
This is an art.
This is an art. A little bit. Poco. Este trabajo. Motherfucker. This is an art and not letting us slap the shit out of something. Don't be OCD and do this. We'll just stay away from that wall. I mean, all in all, I think that wall turned out pretty good. I mean, I don't know what y'all think. You can add color to it. If anybody wants to try trialing it, I don't really mind. So look at after all that trialing, look at that. See that? You guys see that? How do we just trowel that much? And we had a bald spot. Huh? Oh, I usually say something I shouldn't say. Oh, there we are. I'll have to do the whole thing, that whole center again.
Eso puede ser son referentes.
All right, there we are. Thank you, Jeanette. All right, I mean, you guys kind of see, do you see all the accent color too? If you wanted to add more, you could keep adding color as long as you wanted to. You have some time if you guys want to play with this. Do you guys want to add another accent and really try to get this wall to look rusted or something like that with some red copper or something? You guys want to do it? Okay. Yeah, let me, here, clean, get these however you want them. I'm going to bring you some colors. Now, anybody that wants to spray colors, anybody that wants to trowel colors. We have turquoises, green, blue. Yeah. Shake it up really good. Make sure it's really spraying nicely. Whatever pattern you want, adjust your spray pattern and then aim it at the wall.
I guess it's just whatever color is on the outside is what it is.
Uh-huh, yeah. Oh, and whatever one you want. You pick the color you want to see. If you want red or blue or there might be, yep, that's a red copper. But you have any of these colors you want, so.
You can test your spray,
Yeah. So you can spray the floor even or the plastic. It's only been happening for years. That actually might add something to that wall. Be random, because remember you're going to trowel that out. And make sure you get all your, like the edges of the wall too. Normally you would mask that if it wasn't your own office where you planned on replacing things.
And so like how the color's stuck up there, could you spray just regular clear
You could probably alcohol and wipe that right off. Yeah, a lot of that, and then just spray paint your tiles or whatever.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean the stuff on the actual accent wall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Colors, you could spray them and get them.
You could make them run, but you can also trowel them and get a real. If you look up close, look at the chatter pattern already you get that's marbled from troweling color. Yeah, it's like better than either or.
Yeah.
Now remember, keep spraying whatever colors, guys, and then let's trowel it out. And I think the easiest, my personal opinion, is to trowel from the bottom up as far as you can smoothly reach, so you can go and overlap that pattern on your way down. Try not to leave a transition. I noticed the one time I did, I left kind of a transition in the center of the wall, about 6 feet up. If we stare at it, it's going to fix itself.
No, porque luego va a decir que estaba duro.
Sientan también cómo está el producto para que no crean que todo es dejar aquí como se ve. Sí, no es así de fácil como se ve. Si cuesta un poco, entonces sí. Para que ustedes
You can spray more colors too if you want, man. Whatever you want to do.
Si se dan cuenta, los que sentían que ya la llana estaba pesada, ahorita que se le puso un
If you get a lot of excess, I mean that kind of.
Just scrape it off. And yeah, and like I say, sometimes it is the best just to mix that right back in. Yeah, keep it smoothed out.
So these I have to clean it better, let's get it like that.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any junk along that edge, you'll want to make sure it's a pretty clean edge, because any garbage on your trowel will make a big drag mark.
Sí, acuérdense que con este producto, si encuentran una basura, esa basura va a dejar la línea, la marca. Todo donde pase.
Spray some of your other colors you wanted on there too. If you want, I might need more charcoal or some of that blue or.
Si quieren poner otro color, pueden ponerlo. Son bienvenidos a poner otro color.
How are you doing today?
Good.
You having fun?
Mm-hmm. Do you need help with in the workshop?
O separar aquí ya mi mantequilla mister tu mantequilla tantito ahora que bien lo cortó ya lo y le pones el color ¿sabes qué? Ya con el excesivo para hacer entonces ya con eso ya puedes tirarle diferentes
That's gonna look a little better now. I like more of that color on there.
And someone, Sean just said that'll look good.
That's gonna look a lot better right there. I like that.
No, para que veas la diferencia de cuando pones un producto con alcohol, cómo que recorre la llana.
¿Que resbala más rápido?
Sí, que resbala un poquito más. Sí, nada más.
Entonces el alcohol es como un tipo de lubricante.
Más o menos lo puedes ocupar como un tipo de lubricante.
Now you guys are having fun, huh? Isn't that kind of fun?
Oh yeah. Brings it out a little bit.
Y si se dan cuenta otra vez, ya el producto como está lejos, tienen bastante tiempo para trabajar. ¿Sí? Ya lo pueden seguir manipulando, pueden seguir trabajando. Si lo hubieran dejado así como estaban los spots, ya ese producto ya no podía trabajar.
Y bueno, una pregunta. Como aquí siempre se tiene que trabajar de arriba para abajo y de abajo para arriba en línea recta.
No, puedes trabajarlo de diferente manera. Lo que yo siempre les recomiendo es que
Very rustico it is. You were right,
corten
Jeanette.
sus esquinas y
It is very rustico. It's a perfect pronunciation on that too.
Transversal, horizontal.
Sí, porque como hay que lleva varios colores, se puede
Like an army green with gold.
así de lado.
It is almost,
Evergreen.
right? It's like a deep metallic army greener almost, yeah. Did you ever see the Denali that we wrapped and we tried to do army grain, but they accidentally did it metallic army grain? It was really cool, but it wasn't what I was looking for exactly, yeah. But it was like
You can
a,
sell the matte one.
yeah.
No, la personal que tratamos ahora quería la.
Mucho rustico.
Remember, the smoother your stroke, the smoother that wall is. You're probably gonna have a hard time just starting in the middle. Don't start out and just in the middle of the wall troweling around like that. That's like a little lost kid at the park. You'll be on a milk carton if you do that to that wall. These guys just worked so hard on it. Nice and smooth strokes. Now go back over that a few times where you stopped. And now just...
Desde arriba para abajo, güey. Que desde arriba para abajo y suavecito. No le dejes caer todo el peso.
We found the guy that did the paperwork.
Yeah.
I was not laughing. We weren't telling jokes. Tip your trowel up a bit more. Tip your trowel a little steeper. If you're at like 2 degrees there.
Agárrala como que menos en ángulo, güey. Más pegadita.
Más así, más suavecito.
Simón. Suavecito y más pegadita.
Más. No. Up.
Ahí así. Más.
Yeah, like that's better. Está bien. Más perfecto. Arriba.
Trata de llevar el mismo ángulo desde que empiezas hasta que terminas.
How do you say do it smooth next time too?
Smooth.
Suavecito, no la metes abajo.
Do a T-star in the middle, Sean said.
A big T-star. Is that for Texas or what? Tennessee?
Almost too many of them working on the wall.
I know, dude. This is a city crew.
Although, no, that looks hard, Becky said.
It's actually pretty easy. It's easier than it looks. It's epoxy. It's really fun. They're just, some of these guys have never used a trowel before. I'm guessing.
Déjate pasar el alcohol.
Yeah, I think you have to fill them
Oh, I think we have more.
Oh, it is 10:30.
Yeah. I think we can leave for lunch a bit early and come back a bit early. Maybe give it a little longer because I have to get everything ready out of the house. I better go get that address too. I don't remember the address out there. It's 18 Road? Something 18. I'll have to get that Leo's address. Nice, thank you. It's getting fixed.
Is that some kind of effect or drive it for?
Say what? A drive it for? I don't know. Is that some kind of effect or?
Probably autocorrect.
Yeah, I think autocorrect
Meanwhile,
messed
Thumper
you
is
that
like,
one.
are y'all painting a wall while we die here in North Carolina?
You know what, Thumper? God bless you. We're praying for you while we do epoxy here on the wall. You know, let us know how we can help you, and that's not a joke. It's hard to know how to help different people in the country now. Florida's about to get hit again too. It's nice to say you're praying, but I've been trying to figure out what we could do to actually be more helpful to some of the people in the floods.
I think that's very helpful. Prayer is very strong.
I do think so. I think that is right. Okay, if you polished that, that could look pretty sweet. If you sanded and polished that wall, got it really flat.
Should we show them that wall that you polished?
Yeah.
The transcoat.
Yeah.
Todo es constancia. Es constante en lo que ustedes hacen.
So just so you know, guys, the same thing they're doing in there. This is the same exact product here, and all we did was we sanded and polished it afterwards. So you can get this very, very smooth. I mean, just like glass if you spend enough time on it. So some of that was done with a trowel, but it was very much easier the next day to just sand and polish it. Here you see this wall is pretty flat and sanded. It just hasn't been brought back to a polish. So students do everything in here, and sometimes we do little pieces, sometimes big pieces. So are we about to jet to lunch? Here in just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining us for so long, and I can't wait to see some of you guys in a class. And like I say, if you're affected by the floods, either upcoming in Florida or the past or North Carolina, let us know. I don't know what there is to do as an office. I mean, I feel like we know so little on the news of what's really going on, but if there's ever something, I obviously pray for you guys, and if there's anything specific, let us know, and God bless you guys. Have an awesome day. And if there is something you guys know to do, go do it right now.